3 Golden Eagles for War Thunder. Link in the description. Hello you sex beasts, welcome back to War Thunder. This is the Venom FAW-20, a new jet fighter in the British Navy line introduced in patch 1.57. As you can probably tell, this aircraft is a modification of the already existing Venom FB4, intended for carrier operations. This version even gets a second pilot. Hi Nigel. The Venom retains the armament of 4 20mm Hispano Mark V cannons and has a battle rating of 9.0, making it a top tier jet for the British forces. Sadly, there is nothing top about this jet fighter. Now, usually I would be showing you some gameplay, highlighting the strengths and weaknesses of this aircraft and hopefully getting some kills. However, in the 20 or more matches that I've flown the Venom, I wasn't able to get a single kill. The more uneducated amongst you might say that I just suck and can't fly the aircraft. And that might be true. However, I don't seem to have any problems with the regular Venom. So why is this aircraft performing so much worse than its land-based brother? The things that became painfully obvious to me during my time in the Venom is that the engine just doesn't seem to perform very well. The aircraft itself is still very maneuverable, but it loses a lot of energy and doesn't seem to get it back at any decent rate. In all of the engagements I've had, even after I do a perfect evade and slot in behind the tail of an enemy aircraft, they just pull away, leaving me behind in the dust, which indicates that the Venom suffers from a grave case of lack of acceleration. Even when diving on enemy aircraft, I can't seem to catch up to them. So I decided to dig deeper and do the testing. Now, there are 3 factors that might cause the Venom to have such poor performance. Either it is much heavier than the Venom, has more drag, has a weaker engine, or a combination of 2 or more of those. So after some testing, my theory about the worsened acceleration was confirmed. For the testing, I've aced both the Venom and the regular Venom and put them under the same conditions, testing out acceleration, climb rates, top speed at various altitudes, and the engine thrust at various speeds. And here's where the problems start. As you can see on the graph, the Venom has much worse acceleration than its brother. This also translates into the climb rate, with a huge difference between the 2 aircraft. The performance gap is so huge that a stock Venom might very well perform as well or even better than an aced Venom. Now the acceleration and climb rate testing don't tell us why there is such a performance gap, but top speed does. As a rule of thumb, the top speed of an aircraft doesn't depend on its weight, but rather on its engine thrust and the drag coefficient, so that already eliminates one variable. So here are the results. At high altitudes, there isn't much of a difference between the Venom and the Venom in terms of speed, but at sea level, the difference is very noticeable. This leads me to believe that either the Venom has worse engine performance or more drag. It is time for the last test then, engine performance. Interestingly, both aircraft output the same amount of thrust within my margin of error, averaging 19,229 newtons on the Venom and 19,158 newtons on the Venom. So if both aircraft have the same performing engine, this means that the Venom has much more drag and more weight than the Venom. And this is to be expected. The wider fuselage and cockpit add to the drag, with the modifications for carrier operations adding to the weight. However, the difference is so pronounced that this aircraft is barely able to fight at its battle rating. Heck, I wouldn't even be surprised if it struggled if it got down-tiered. Essentially, the Venom with its current battle rating is hands down the worst top-tier jet in War Thunder. It needs a down-tier badly, as it just can't perform with other top-tier jets. Realistically, the only ways you can get kills with this aircraft is if an enemy is dumb enough to do prolonged dogfights against you, or if you can get them in a head-on. Other than that, even if you have the altitude advantage and dive on them, they will still pull away from you. My final verdict is to not bother with this aircraft. It's useless. Until it gets down-tiered, your success will depend on the stupidity of the enemy, rather than your own skill. And even then, it will still face other 9.0 aircraft, which you just can't realistically fight. But that have just been my own findings. What have been your experiences with the Venom? Maybe there's just something that I'm missing that turns this thing into a godlike fighter. But anyways, I need to vent off some rage with the T-44-100. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you're new around here. My name has been MikeGoesBoom. Thanks for watching.